Hey, yo,
Yo.
we here, man. Back with another one. This is Base Podcast. Listen, you might be wondering, like, why y'all cozy and got jackets and sweater? It's snow. It's negative 10 outside.
Freezing outside.
It's negative 10 outside right now, man. You know, that's why we trying to be cozy and warm. But look, we here, man. Base 5, man.
Yes, Sirski. We back with another one.
Base Podcast, man. We back.
So this is
Tune in.
Right? So we all linked up, obviously, right? So base is brotherhood, ambition, striving, empowerment, right? So we believe all of that, and we're striving to do all of these things. And so us being a brotherhood, we met today, and we had an interesting conversation, right? So we was eating some food, got some drinks and whatnot, and we were talking with a couple women that was at the restaurant, but also a couple men that was with these women as well. And so we just kind of, hey, how's it going? And it made us think about certain things, right? Because they look like us, you know. It was black, we talking. And it just brought me back to like this video that I sent you probably 2 months ago.
Yep.
Where a guy was doing a podcast, an interview, and he was saying how he went to support a black business, but him being black, walking into this black business, he felt like the customer service was just horrible and it was poor. Like, I mean, people wasn't saying thank you. He was saying hi to, like, you know, other people, other black people, and like they just was responding in a weird way. And he felt uncomfortable, and he felt like he was almost in like competition, you know, with another black man and things like that. But like, what was your take overall, like, on that video that the guy was saying, like, with our black culture?
Yeah, that it was when I seen it. I like it's controversial. People like to say, you know, you're racist versus black people, whatever. When you sent me the video, that's just everyday life. It's just like he walked in the restaurant, nobody spoke, nobody said hi. He was genuine, he was respectful, but because it was black people serving him, it seemed like they were like they had something against him. They didn't know him for nothing. Like, they had no idea who he was. He came in there on some good demeanor type stuff, but like it was no hospitality. And I was just looking at the videos, like, and we gonna get deeper into this. It's just like, why is that with black people? Why when I walk into a place and there's other black people who own this place, why there's no hospitality? Hello, how you doing? Why is always cold shoulder, me mugging, or vice versa? So that's what we go get into. So check this out. Go ahead, Tone, what you think? Just
Yeah,
in different.
even not even in restaurants. I feel like even as a black culture, like when we're walking down the street, if I was seeing somebody like you, say I don't know you from a can of paint, and I'm just walking down the street and I'm just like, "What's up, bro?" You know, and you could be the type of like mug me, like, and I'm just trying to say what's up, and I never understood that. Like, I guess when I was younger, I'm kind of, I get it. Like, I'm just in my hood, I'm chilling. My niggas is my niggas, right? So me, when I'm walking down the street as a young dude, I got a different mentality. Mm-hmm. Like, I may feel like, I mean, I want to brush somebody off, or I want to be standoffish, you know. But as I get older and more mature, like, why was I acting like that? You know what I mean? Like, why was I being like that? Like,
They didn't do nothing to me.
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Like, so
facts.
I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I understand like the mentality and the maturity part, but in a whole, like, I don't get that. In the bigger picture part, I don't understand that.
Like, if you can give us examples, like, what do you see that we can get better at when it comes to that? Like, just examples in general, as a culture, as black people, not talking down on the black people, but something you see we can get better at, like we can, change.
Southern Southern comfortality is a real thing
For sure,
Like, people
for sure.
be like so genuine and so kind.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about the South, but that's just a big vibe out there. Like, so why can't we have that overall, like, everywhere? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it really should be like that. Like, you should see another black man and be comfortable enough in your own skin If he say what's up, you should say what's up back. It should be mutual respect off the rip. I feel like.
No, I agree. 100%. So my take on it is like you said, the South is different, man. And I'm comparing it to the Bay Area because this is where we live at, this is where we from. It's totally different. Like, and I've been to the South. Like, people speak, hello, hi, manners. The mannerism is different. The hospitality is different. And I really never understood why, as black people, as a culture, like, it feel like we always going against each other and we don't even know each other, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's just what's embedded from us, especially growing up in these urban areas, in these
Yeah.
hoods, these neighborhoods. Is like, this is your hood. This is who you deal with. Everybody else outside of it is an enemy. And this is how they wanted us to think and want us to be, right?
Yep.
But that's when we were children, right?
Facts.
Now we're older and people still have this mentality.
Yeah.
So now what is your excuse? And then they put this on our kids
Yeah.
having this mentality. So just for me and overall, like, I just think, like, I can give examples. It's just like, it's ridiculous where we'll support Black Lives Matter. We'll put all our money into this donation of Black Lives Matter after some white cops kill a black person. So we'll all come
and that
together.
movement was fraudulent too.
And it was fraud. She played everybody,
Yeah.
and I ain't gave $1 to it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the first person to say I ain't gave $1 to Black Lives Matter because it was full of it. I knew
Yeah.
it was from the beginning, but she used that as a mechanism to get all the black people to come together because they're saying white people are killing black people, and put all this money into these funds. And as a black woman, she used it and she frauded everybody.
Monopolized off the situation.
She got houses, cars, and
Yeah.
Candace Owens did a whole thing about it,
Yep.
and she got over all the black people. But why do we got to come together when a white cop or a white person or somebody outside our race do something to us? Why we can't come together just generally?
Yeah.
Like, come together. Like, we walk down the street, we see a black person, as dudes, we mug. And I said this on our last podcast, like, without even saying hello, hi, just respectful, like, it's a mean mug. Like, I don't know
mean
him, he
mug,
don't
yeah.
know me. So it's on site.
Yep.
But that's just how we wire, and it's not right. But what we don't understand, that affects everything.
Yeah.
And for me, people like, you support black businesses? Well, I'm gonna be honest. No, not right now, because I don't think we support each other. We don't support each other in that way. We go against each other. Like, it's a pull down. Like, we're jealous of each other. We'll pull each other down fast, but every other culture will grow. We'll rock with them. But if it's somebody in our culture, we pulling them down.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. And that goes for male and female. It's like, it's not just men, it's not just women. So just, I don't know, it bothers me at times, and I always get from you, especially you, Tone, and boom, like, y'all like, oh, you racist against black people. Nah, I'm not racist versus black people, but I'm fed up with what black people do.
Yeah.
It's ignorant. Half the stuff we do is ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And I use an example. It's like, listen, everybody live a lifestyle. Everybody don't have money. We all came from the hood. We understand what it is to grow up poor, right? But if we know the spotlight is on us, and we know everything we do is magnified, why are we doing stupid stuff? So listen, I don't have a license. I don't have car insurance.
Yeah.
Why am I riding a car with a pound of weed and a loaded gun?
Yeah.
And then I get pulled over, and I want to say the cop is racist. Not racist. Has nothing to do with race at this point.
Yeah.
It's a law. And you can go anywhere, it's a law.
Yeah.
And we scream he's racist, oh, he pulled me over because of this and this, but we have to be smarter as a culture.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I don't have license or registration. So that's already bad, right? If I get pulled over, right? They can tow my car, take it. But don't let me carry a loaded gun and some weed in the car or whatever, and then sit there and argue with them and say, I'm in the right. I'm in the wrong, 100%.
Yeah.
100% in the wrong. And that's just examples of the ignorance that we portray at times.
Yep.
And it's like, and then we want people to agree with us. I'm not going to agree with it. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
It's not, it don't come together. And it's like, I don't know, we got to be better as a culture. Like, we got to uplift, and we got to just do things better. And another thing, like we were speaking on, like, we allowing our kids to listen to certain type of music, right? And all these things, and have this lifestyle. And then we want to say it's the teachers and it's everybody else's fault.
Yeah.
As a parent, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Why are your kid listening to this
started in the
music?
home.
It started in the home. So you can't blame nobody else. If your kid can know every Sexy Red, Cardi B lyric, but they can't read a damn book, who fault? That's not the teacher's fault.
No.
Asians, whites, we can go down the list. Them kids is reading books and they can read, right?
Yep.
Our black culture is we letting our kids listen to rap music. The parents driving, the kid in the back seat. You don't think they listen? They know every lyric to the song you playing in the car.
Yep.
But then you ask them to spell their name on a piece of paper. They can't spell their
Can't even
name.
do it, yeah.
They illiterate as hell.
Right, little
and yeah,
scribbles.
I'ma say it. They illiterate as hell. And then you mad at the teacher and it's the white people. It ain't none of that.
Yeah.
You gotta understand the type of environment you putting your kid in. Yes, you probably grew up in the hood. Why your kid gotta grow the same way?
Yeah.
What's wrong with picking up a book and like, oh, my kid read off the tablet? Hey, stop the tablet
Yep.
stuff and the phone stuff. Go get a hardcover book where they have to open the pages and read it and read real words.
Mm-hmm.
The tablet is talking to them. You think the teacher in the class is don't work like this.
Yep.
And as a culture, we just so caught up in this. And if you speak against it, they go against you. Well, go against me because I'm just speaking what I see in
Yeah.
facts. We got to be better as a culture together. I'm not downing nobody. I'm just speaking as a culture.
Yeah.
Stop making excuses and saying it's other people. It's us.
Yep.
We can control what we can control.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have to be the most ignorant people all the time. Every time you see something going down, it's really us, like jumping on cars, sideshows, blah. It's everybody, but I'm just saying, why? And then when something come out, like, oh, they're going against us. No, come on, man. There's rules to follow.
They go to protest, supposed to protest, but like now people burning down stores, people
on, man.
rioting, people, all that kind of mindset. My thing is this: you said something. You was like, we all been there. We all grew up poor and this and that. The crazy part is because black people, because we do things traditionally, not only did we grow up poor, but we're still poor today.
For
You know what I'm saying? Like, even
sure.
in our older age, we're still poor because we'll get money and then we'll spend the money on high value, in our mind, what we think is valuable things. Louis Vuitton shoes, red bottoms,
Speak.
just all of these things, but we're still poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still poor.
So not to cut you off,
Yep.
you just said something. We're living in urban areas. We're spending money on name brand things, right? We don't have our own properties.
Yep.
We don't have our own houses. We don't have our own anything, but we're spending money and making these other companies rich,
Yep.
right? Just for a lifestyle and an image, right? I'm spending all this money on this. Where's you know how you grew up, your parents didn't have a college fund set aside for you. So you have kids. Why you not putting the money you spend on all these clothing brands and all this high value stuff, put it in the savings account for your kid to go to college?
Yeah.
Right? Like where's that at in our companies? Because every other culture does that.
Yeah.
But for us, oh, my kid gotta go to school with the new Jordans on.
Yeah.
Listen, they can have every pair of Jordan they want. That's not gonna raise their self-esteem.
Yeah.
It's not, and I'm gonna look at the camera. It's not. It's not gonna raise the self-esteem of the child because you put Jordans on them. They could be the fresh fitted in school, but they could still be the dumbest in school with the fresh fit on.
Yeah.
So you spend hundreds of dollars on Jordans to make your kid look fresh in this, but it's not what you put on. It's up here.
Yeah.
It's up here, and when they leave your household, it's up here. But if they don't have nothing up here, they can go to a job even freshest, will never get a job.
Yeah.
It's up here, But I didn't want to cut you off, but what you said was like on point. It's like we look at money and we spend it on things. You buy this out of the store, when you put it on, lost every single value it ever had.
Yeah.
Why not put that money in the savings account for your kids to go to a college?
Yeah.
But as a culture, we're looking for all our kids to become NFL players, basketball players, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're not doing the proper things to set them up. We're just doing the same thing our parents did to us.
Even an example, like a lot of times it's not what you teach the kids, it's what you show them.
What you show
like
them.
like my children, as they was getting older, I'm like, dang, like we never taught them this. Like, how are they doing this? How are they doing that? But I'm like, oh, they see us doing this, or they saw us, and they'll mimic it, and and they'll pretend to be like. I did a episode with my son, and I was like, hey, so. Well, how was Grandpa? Pretend to be Grandpa, like.
And that was dope, by the way. That was dope. I liked that episode a lot, bro. That was really like dope, and it just inspired me and opened my brain to so many other things when you did that. Like, it was just a spark, and that's all it takes sometimes. It's just simple things like that, bro. Could just spark somebody else to do better and be better in their household as well. Like, cause like you said, it starts in the household, but it starts with us, and that's what I feel like our generation is so dope. Cause I feel like most of our generation, we try to lead by example, and the mistakes we made, we try to make sure nobody that's coming behind our footsteps make these same mistakes. Like, oh, I stepped to the left, and damn, it was a big ass piece of, crap right here. So we making sure nobody else stepped to the left, they going to the right. So that's what I honestly feel like our generation is dope in that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we get pushback too on it. But like you said, but based on what Tone just said, like it's dope because without you realizing, your son is paying attention to his grandfather in everything he does.
Yeah.
Without you even knowing, like really peeping, like oh my, like he really paying
And I
attention.
asked down the line.
And that goes down the line, right?
What
Kids
Nana
are
do?
really
What
paying
mommy do?
attention.
What, the whole
So
thing was
kids
funny.
are really paying attention. So when you have rap music on in the car, they learning the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then when you realize, like, where you learn that from? Well, they learned it from you playing it in the car or in the house. Kids are learning. And they learn from their parents.
Yeah.
So when they act a certain way, stop blaming teachers. Stop blaming everybody else outside the house. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Why do your kid act like this?
Yeah.
They learn it from somewhere, and I promise you, it ain't from the teachers. It ain't from. It's from what they see inside the house.
Yeah.
So take accountability of that. Like, man, listen, do what you do, but don't do it around your kids and then be like, oh, it's somebody else's fault. No, they paying attention to
you.
everything.
It's
for
all
sure.
you. So my thing is this though, right? So here's the crazy part. So I do support black businesses by the individual though. Like it's not like, oh, I walk into a place, oh, he black, boom, right? Because like the video we saw, he walked into a place trying to support, a brother, but at the same time they didn't show him any respect.
No love. Nothing.
No love. He comes in and he's like, no hospitality at all. And he was like, damn, like I'm here supporting y'all business. You feel me? But like those who are coming up, those who I know, like my intention is definitely to support them as well as anyone too. Like not even just excluding, because I have a lot of friends too as well that are doing big things. But my thing is this: you're saying like, what can we do to be better as a culture? Like, it's already started in my household. Like I was expressing my goals and my dreams to a person, and my vision to her was like, dang, that's gonna take a lot of work. She was like, I'd rather just punch a clock, and I'm like, everybody's not built this way.
No, for
And I
sure.
said, you ready to punch a clock, but I'm ready to break this generational curse. You feel me? Like we grew up poor and we're still poor. So now I'm about to break this curse, break everything that was taught to me. I didn't come from money, but because now I have the financial education, I'm now starting my children off right. When my children were 2 weeks old, we set up account for them, right, to save time. So as they get older, and I tell people all the time, I say, time will tell. My oldest is 7 years old. He'll be 8 this year, okay? Time will tell. I see his account.
For sure.
I see his funds growing. My twins are 5. I see their funds. My daughter is 2 years old. I already see it. Time will tell. And so because of my vision is so big, it don't require just me to fulfill it. And so you mentioned it. You was like, man, like, what do we got to do? How we got to go out there, one, be the example, 2 other people, and go ahead and take it on the chin. Be like, what's up, bro? How you doing? How's it going? Like, one person I know that speaks to everybody is my pops. Like, no matter what, like my pops, he's known in the neighborhood, man. He'll walk out, hey, bro, hey, Jimmy, how you doing? You doing all right, Jimmy? Okay, cool. Hey, John, what's going on? And that's one thing that, like, I feel like I want from him. But because of how I grew up, right, and our experiences, sometimes it allows us to say, why I'm going to extend a hand. And they ain't gonna say nothing back, or like they gonna mug. Like, just for your birthday, we went out to have fun. We go to a place. In the place was all black people.
All black people, for sure.
In the place was all black people, but we had good energy. We had good vibes. So we're walking. Oh, what's up? Slap hands. But all of a sudden, you got these guys. They feel intimidated. We're laughing. We're dancing, and these guys comes to us, and they're just like,
throwing up gang signs.
They dance in front of us, And so me, like I say, I'm trying to kill them with kindness. one dude was in my face throwing up gang signs, and I'm just kind of like, "What's up? Like, how you doing?"
Yeah.
We slap hands, you know. We talking, but the vibe was just off. The whole environment, like we was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and leave because they're not in their right minds. Why though? Like, why is our people that way with each other?
What made them feel intimidated? Because we didn't walk in like we run the place. We walked in, it's Tone birthday, chilling. We all sat down, we vibing. We in our own little section area talking. You know what I'm saying? Drinking, and they came in instantly on stuff, like instantly on us, like, and we looking, we laughing, and one dude decided to take his shirt off and stand over Tone to talk to the female, to make an impression. And Tone just looking at him like, bro, what's wrong with him?
Yeah,
like,
fight 5 dudes, I'm 6
yeah,
dudes. and
like
I'm
for
just
what though? But his mindset was locked on us, but we had no type of nothing towards him. But we didn't even come off that type of way. But when black people see each other, it's just that type of energy, like already, like I gotta be on point. And that's our problem. It's like, for what? For what?
Facts.
Now I can see if it was brought your way. I can see we could have handled that situation totally different.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Because I stood up, walked to the mirror, and we was already peeping. We could have took that a whole different way. But understanding where we came from and where we at now as mature individuals and men, we like, all right, Tone, let's go. It's time to go, right? But why though? Like that's the question. Like
that's what
why?
I was just about to say. Like it could have went left quick, but the men we are, like you said today, is just it's different. It hit different. Like we understand situations. In some situations, it's just pointless, and it ain't worth it. At the end of the day. Like we got something to live for. Like we got a bigger picture and goal in mind, and it's just sad though, bro, because like for the life of me, I cannot connect the pieces of like why is it like that? Like
and people always go back to slavery and all this, and it's built in our mind as black people, and we have to endure this. But where do it stop? Like where do we stand up as individuals, grown men, and it's like, all right, this is a stop. Like
it stops with Michael Jackson. Man in the mirror, oh yeah.
For sure.
make the day.
Got to make it.
But nobody really listened to the lyrics of what he's saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all can blame each other, and we can go to our parents, we can blame their parents, we can go. But as an individual, if you look in the mirror, where do it stop? Like, where do it stop?
Yeah.
And
it really does start with the man in the mirror, because nobody taught me not to listen to rap music in front of my kids. I love rap music. I love, you know, I'll slap out whatever.
Yeah.
With curse words in it, going in, right? But I'm bolo. Like, as soon as I get my kids in the car, I'm not playing none of that stuff. I'll put on the Disney little channel thing.
Absolutely.
And that's just off of my own
just
instinct.
natural instinct, right?
Yeah,
But
facts.
like, and I think of that, like, you in the car, bolo, cool, play it.
Yeah.
But your child, your kids are listening to it, and they're sponges at this point of life. They take everything in. They can repeat everything you said.
Yep.
You could have said it 2 weeks ago, and they'll come back and repeat it. You like, where you heard that at?
Yeah, no
you
lie.
said it, right? So as individuals growing up in these areas, like, why, like, if we want to change things, why are we changing this? Like, your kids is already gonna see enough in school. They already gonna see. They're going to see enough on TV. They're going to see enough in school.
Yeah.
They're going to see enough on TikTok. They're going to see enough. If they got a phone, they're going to see enough already without you exposing them to it, right?
Facts.
Right? They're going to see it. It's just natural. It's inevitable. They're going to see it. They're going to go to school. They're going to have friends that their parents don't care about, and their friends can do whatever. Now they're influencing your kid, right? So they're going to see it.
Yep.
So why not minimize some of it and teach them, like, listen, I get it. You're going to hear rap songs when you're not with me. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But when you're with me, I'm not playing this in front of you.
No.
And when you're around me, you're not gonna play it in front of me because it's a respect factor.
And I was just about to say that. We're teaching them at the same time the respect factor and the boundaries that you must have for adults and your peers.
Because we were scared, like, not scared. I'm gonna say scared. We were scared around our parents. Like, as
Definitely should
us
say
growing
scared,
up,
for sure.
your mom, my grandma, your grandma. It was certain. We not coming to the house cussing. We not coming to the house turning them loud around.
I still don't curse in front of certain adults. My elders, I don't curse,
because
bro.
they taught us at a young age it's a respect factor.
Yeah.
You gonna respect me, or you got to get out. Man, these kids nowadays is walking in their house wild and cussing their mom, their dad out.
Yeah.
Let's turn the music up loud,
Yep.
rap music.
Even my little cousin, y'all know him, Chris. I don't want to bust you out, bro, but like the way he be talking about his mom, like, bro, you gotta chill with that.
You gotta,
You gotta calm down. Like, you know, cursing in front of her. I gotta get on his line like literally every time.
Like, because
And
it
to me,
just don't
I
sit well
get
with
it.
us.
Yeah, it don't.
It don't sit well with us.
I don't like that kind of stuff, and it just comes off the way my grandma raised me. I guess so.
Not for sure.
I just can't get
For
with it.
sure.
And like when I see it, and like you're a part of my family, you're not doing that, bro. We're not moving like that.
And it just cringe in our black community. And it's everybody. Every race does it now because we made it okay. But like how we refer to each other, nigga, and then we use the word bitch to refer to our women, right? It's just natural now for them. It's just natural. It's like, bro, like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You just using the B word because you heard somebody else using it in a music video on their lyrics. So now you calling your female bitch. But do
It's
you know that
trendy.
Yeah.
disrespectful?
Too short made it hot.
Do you know it's degrading? It's degrading you, your whoever you with. It's degrading your mom, your sister, whoever. Yes, it's hot. It's a everybody say it.
My favorite word.
Exactly.
And then it's crazy, and every female in the club yell it.
Yeah, everybody.
But when it's degrading.
Yeah.
It's a female dog.
Yeah.
But you can't call yourself a female dog as a black woman, and then turn around and a man call you that, and then you offended.
Yeah.
But then for the men, you gotta understand that's not a word you use. Hey, how you doing? Oh, me and my bitch, we cool. Wait, what? You can say girl, you can say woman, lady, but you're referring to your main woman as a bitch.
Yeah.
Like it's degrading in every aspect. And if I'm a man and you're telling me you calling your woman a bitch, in my mind, you already have no respect for her. So now I don't respect you in your relationship.
Yeah.
And that's speaking to me personally.
Yeah.
If a man get in front of me and he calling his woman a bitch, I'm looking at him like, man, you ain't got no respect for her, so I ain't got no respect for you.
Yeah.
For sure, your relationship don't work.
Right.
And if she allows this, oh yeah, that shit went left quick.
Yep.
So
It's super trendy though. Like everybody is being influenced, and I said this before. So like the environment that you're in, when you receive the influence in that environment, it will impact you the most.
Yeah.
So like if I'm always in a place with a certain group of people all the time and we're doing the same thing over and over, and then somebody in that group would be like, I think you should smoke dro with us, and, I'm gonna do it eventually because I'm like, damn, it's cool. Like, this my environment, and now I'm influenced in this environment.
If you think about it, at a certain point, at a certain time, me and you, we known each other our lives, preschool.
Yeah.
So at a certain point in time, bro, we wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
What started happening? One person started drinking. We started drinking. Like, okay, we drinking. Yeah. We got what was that drink we used to get? It started with an N. I cannot remember.
Crackhead drink.
Yeah, Nevo or some. No,
That crackhead drink.
Nuvo.
That
Nuvo.
That taco.
Yeah, we was on
taco
it.
vodka.
It's on it. It was on the Dragonberry. Like it just happened out of nowhere. It seemed like for real. Like as me just thinking back, and then even with Dro,
Yeah.
we wasn't smoking at one point. Yeah. What happened? Somebody started smoking the click. We all smoking now. Like it's mainly like when you say that, it just made me think back. Like dang, that's really you're a product of your environment, bro.
Influence is key.
You
man.
really are. Influence is a major
strong.
key.
And so look, and that's why, and I say that to say, that's the answer for us. We say, how do we change that? How do we do this, right? What we do is, and that's why I feel like networking is very important. You mentioned the South. If you look at Atlanta, like Atlanta to me, I got a lot of family out there. Shout out to my family out there in Atlanta, man. Zuri, you know what I'm saying? Trina, man, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
All y'all, Trav, you know what I'm saying? I can keep going, you feel me? But it's like, at the end of the day, man, every time I go to Atlanta, it's always love. Like, and I know they got beef and stuff out there and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
like when it comes to networking though, when it comes to like
rocking.
really supporting other people's like business, they got like networking events that they go out there into. And I'm like, dang, this is dope. Like all of the people that's coming out supporting everybody, and that's why networking is so huge, because now you have the power to be able to influence someone else. The dude, for his birthday, the guy that was doing gang signs all in our face, we could have easily fought him.
Yeah,
We could have easily, went a whole different route. But I took the initiative and was like, what's up, bro? Like, you feel me? What's up? Yeah. He slapped my hand, doing whatever he doing. He hold my hand,
He started
going up and
dancing
down,
around.
and he dancing while he got my hand.
Yeah.
But like that's me now influencing him or hoping that I can leave an impact on his life and be like, oh, they cool.
Yeah.
You
Ain't
feel
no
me? Like they
problem.
not really trying to like fight it. They just out having fun. But I was like, let's leave anyway, because you know
Yeah, you know what time it was.
that influence can
You know
only
what time
last
it
for so long.
yeah, especially with somebody in their right mind. And
Exactly.
Especially with somebody on that type of time.
When they on that
And then
time,
they're young, and that's they're influenced by rap music. They're influenced by Instagram. They're influenced by the trends. So
Yep.
like they young, so they're like, oh yeah, you know
And so
what I'm saying.
since we're talking about influence, right? So I brought up we met a few people, here at the restaurant, and someone brought up 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they brought up 50 Cent, and bringing that up. So I feel like the influence that they had for 50 was little wrong or different than like our perspective, because I believe that 50 Cent has grown to become a very mature businessman,
For sure.
and that he's looking out, for other people, even if it's out of his pocket or even if he's telling his team like pay them more, regardless. But this person brought up the fact that how 50, because he's making these shows like Power, BMF, and all these things, he's saying that because of his influence and the platform that he has and the fans and followers that he has, he's saying that's giving out a wrong image because now it's degrading black women. And I'm like, but in real life, he's actually helping black women. He's elevating black women in real life and through stories. She mentioned 7, 8, 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Why are you 7, 8, 9 watching this stuff?
Yeah, and she mentioned the outlook. She said she didn't like the outlook they gave on Tasha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said, oh, it's a bad influence on black women. But I said he's living his experience.
His experience.
His whole show is based on his life,
Yep.
his experience. So, and she said, well, he's dating Puerto Ricans and Filipinos and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, he had a black mother. His kid's mother is black. So before he indulged in whatever else he's indulging in, whatever race, it don't matter. He had it. So he's making a show based on his experience. And he didn't go bad on black women. Tasha,
No,
because
that's what I was about to say. It don't even have to do with, even if it's not totally his experience. Tasha's role
wasn't degrading.
It's totally like a
normal.
Yeah, it's a normal scenario. Like
Yes.
there's women like Tasha in this world right
That's
now.
life.
It's a part of life. Facts.
Who rocked with their man?
Yeah.
Came up, knew what he was doing. They part of it too, right?
Yep.
Got to the stature, right? And then that things happen. It could go the female way or the male way. Yeah. So there's no right or wrong in it, but it's not degrading the black woman.
Yeah.
Because that's what the black women have to work with most of the time, right? Coming out to urban areas, most of the time, what the black women have to work with, either a pimp, he want to be a pimp, or he want to be a drug dealer, right? And every so often, they want to go to sports and be an athlete, right?
Yeah.
But this is what black women have to work with, and as the same way as black men growing up, we see this, black women see it. So he wasn't degrading her. He was showing a black woman elevated with her man, which Ghost in the series gave her credit for, and said she was here with me. But at some point, they grew apart based on he wanted to do something different. She was comfortable in him, taking care of the kids. She was comfortable in that situation. She was scared to branch out to say, okay, let's stop selling drugs because this is what got their family to the top. So as a woman who wants to be protective of her kids, she's like, I don't know if we should go this route. This is working.
Or
but
just stay comfortable.
Yeah, but she was thinking big. He was thinking big picture. She couldn't think big picture. And for whatever reason, I'm not going to say it's because she didn't want to support him.
Yeah.
She could be thinking about the kids or whatever. And that what happened. But not one time he degraded her.
Yeah, at all.
Like,
and then not only that, the actress herself in real life, that's what she was confusing the show
for real life.
Lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
For real life.
Yeah.
But that happens in everything.
Yeah.
That happens. The TV shows influence. We were just talking about influence.
It's a
How much does these TV shows influence our culture?
Yeah.
what I bring up, we were talking, Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
How many women is influenced by Love and Hip Hop?
Yep.
How many women sit there on the couch and watch this ghetto shit
Yeah.
on TV? Yes, it's ghetto.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I just like it 'cause it's entertaining. No, it's drama. So
Yeah.
guess what men and women like to watch? Drama.
Yeah.
And it has to do with our culture. If it was white drama, really people don't really want to watch it. But it has to do with black people. We gonna sit there and we intrigued.
And watch it,
We want to
yeah.
watch it. But that's our mindset.
They know
It's
they
like,
can relate too.
they can relate to it. So it's like toxic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit in this toxic and watch it. And really, and I'm going to be here every time it comes on. I'm
'Cause they
recording the
toxic
show.
in real life.
And they toxic in real life. And then when you call them out and say, why are you watching this? Oh, I just like it. No, it feeds something.
Yeah.
It's feeding something inside you that you can relate to.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you can deny it and say, oh, it's not. I just like it. No, you're toxic.
Yeah.
You like drama.
Yeah.
Because a drama person who don't like drama, I want to remove myself from every situation that causes drama or has drama in it, right?
Yeah.
I don't even watch a TV show with drama in it if I don't like drama in my life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? That just goes
Let me
realistically.
ask y'all this though, man. Since we talk about these shows, I want y'all to be completely honest.
Yeah. For sure.
During this era, so right before Love and Hip Hop, what shows were you guys watching, like actually hooked into? Like, so you got the Flavor Flav. You got the For the Love. What is it? For the Love of Ray J? No. For the Love of the brothers. They were brothers.
they was twins
Real
or
Love or
something.
something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Real
like
and
Chance,
Yeah,
like
Real
Chance.
Real Chance and
Real
Real
Chance
Love.
of Love.
Real Chance of Love. Remember they had this whole thing, and then you had Making a Band and all that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
What shows, those kind of shows, what shows were you guys like kind of hooked into?
You got the mic. Go ahead.
So me was for sure the Making a Band. The Flavor Flav one, like it was cool, like, but when Hoops was gone, I was gone.
I love hoops, bro.
when Hoops was gone,
I love hoops, bro.
Hoops was gone, I was gone. But that one lady, I forgot who spit or something, like with the black lady on the Flavor Flav. She was known for like spitting in the dang show. I forgot her name, and I'm glad I don't know her name. That's just let y'all know. Like I ain't 100% invested. But I definitely, it was Making a Band for me. But then it was the Real Chance of Love or something, whatever it's called. I was hooked on those. Like I couldn't I was always tuned in.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, for me, bro, I was definitely locked into Making a Band for the show. Even before I understood what reality TV was, yeah, I was on it. Die line. Yeah, and Real Chance of Love, I was on that, and Flavor Flav. Like, I don't know, like they was different from Love and Hip Hop to me, I guess. I mean, I guess me thinking back, yeah, but to me at the time,
The same, bro. It's the same as Love. The Love of Hip Hop is the spinoff of all of these days right here.
you're right, you're absolutely right. But at the time, I don't know, it just felt like it was just different. I feel like that because it was a new era, like it was just coming into TV. Like I feel like, or I was just catching on to shows like that.
So Real and Chance, they were on a show. They was on.
Yeah, they was on
That's how
somebody's
they
show.
That's how they
Yeah.
got kind of like
But
popular.
was it Flavor? No, it
No,
couldn't have
they
been.
were
What
on
was
a
it?
woman show. Cause Real and Chance were selected, or one of them was selected. But that's how they got famous. 'Cause-
So it's from one of the chicks that was on Flavor Flav, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she had her own little show.
Yeah, I think it's the spitting one too. I think you told me. I think it's the one that like to spit too. They was like, hold on, she like to spit. Wait a minute.
We're saying literally spit. We ain't talking about those sexual.
No, we not.
things.
I just flipped it.
But they were on a show, and I watched that one, whatever one that they were on.
You're right, yeah. And that's how they got big.
And that's how they got big. So they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna come out with my own show." There's another one too in that time. It was,
Real World. Was it Real World?
Which one was it?
I can't think of nothing else during that time. I know Real World was that, but I wasn't really. I didn't watch
There was
that.
a lot
I
of
think I
stuff.
might have seen one episode. And Jersey Shore, I think, was out there in that time. I never watched that either. But those three though, I don't know, maybe because it was the black culture, but I was definitely watching them for sure.
Man, to be honest, I didn't watch none of it.
Yeah.
Like that just never been my thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, and that's the honest truth. And somebody like, oh, you like, I've never really been into that.
Yeah.
Like, so, you can see clips, things like that. I've seen it, but for me to sit there and just literally be in tuned, watch it. Even with the Power, remember you told me like, hey,
Yeah.
you ain't watched Power? Nah. Like, it took me a while to really get into
Yeah.
it to see what they really talking about. But so for me, with them type of shows, I know what come with it is reality, and people think it's real. It's
Yeah.
TV is scripted.
Yeah.
And everybody else outside be like, oh, it's real.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, this is how they fool you.
Yeah.
It ain't real. All this is scripted. It is a scripted thing for you to tune in and feel into this drama and really think it's real, and then y'all want to portray this type of stuff. So I ain't really never got into reality TV because I knew it was fake.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just me personally, but nothing against nobody else. I just knew it was fake. It don't hold my attention. It's real. It's a shit show. They get our attention locked on this and not on the real things that's happening in life as our culture.
Yeah.
We seeing black women act a fool. We seeing black men act a fool, and they put it on TV, and every other race in the house is watching us act a fool, and then like, this is what they act like, animals,
Yeah.
and we think it's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And speaking of animals, and they said that, I read somewhere they said that this is how black men's minds are. So if you have an animal, let's say if you have a lion that they captured, you have a lion that they captured, and then they put chains on his legs with spikes on them. So every time the lion try to break loose,
Yeah, cutting.
the spikes will, pierce his ankles and stuff, right? His legs or whatever. And so he's like, dang. And so they're saying we have this kind of like conditioned mind. And then every time, boom, he'll run. Right? It keep piercing his leg over and over again until it get to a point to where they release the chains. They release the chains from his leg, and he won't even run away because his conditioned mind
mind's
is
conditioned,
that
right?
if
Yeah.
I try to run, I'm gonna be harmed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pierced. And that's how we are, apparently. That people say this is how black men are and black women are because of our culture, because of our generational curse, because of we don't have that one person in the family to be like, I'm the one. I'm gonna be the one to change because we're not willing to fight extra. Like I told that lady, my goals, my dreams. She was like, "That's too big. That's a big goal, big dream. I'm cool with punching in." And I said, "Hey, it's not for everybody." She said, "I don't want to put in all that work." I said, "Somebody has to put in the work to set in the stone because we're all walking around with this conditioned mind, this mindset of thinking that like we can't do better than where we are right now. We grew up poor, but we're still poor.
And then
Conditioned mind."
And when you said that, and when you do find individuals, black, that gets out of that mindset and elevate, we want to tear them down.
Yep.
We want to bring them people down.
Yeah.
When a black person in our culture grow, get big, get out of that mindset, take care of their family and get big, as a culture, we want to tear that black person down because we want them at the level where we at.
Yep.
So there's no growth. We hate on each other.
Jay-Z. Okay, not only he's a billionaire, but do you remember when everybody was protesting the NFL?
Yeah.
We're not watching the NFL. But then
Kaepernick,
Jay-Z
yeah.
got in the business of the NFL. He's now at the table, and they were mad. They was like, "Bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
We're protesting, and you at the table." He was like, "You idiots! I'm at the table. A black man
Yep.
is at the table."
But we're so conditioned we can't see through
We can't see that.
We can't see that.
Look at what happened with the following year for the Super Bowl. They had the most viewings ever.
Yeah.
Remember they brought out 50, brought out Eminem, Dr. Dre. They brought out all of these people. Look who's coming out this year. Usher.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say Usher coming out this year. Yeah.
Girl.
Come on, bro.
And they
This is the most watched.
yeah, for sure. And then even the Bruno Mars and Beyonce Super Bowl.
Come on.
We're crazy. And you're right. Like, but that's how we condition. Instead of uplifting each other, right? We want to be like, oh, he sold us out. He sold us out. And this is another thing for like it go both ways for celebrities and athletes and whatever who make money. It's like some of these athletes are still conditioned in this hood urban way
Yeah.
that they get all this money and go broke because they haven't got out of that mindset, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some that elevate. But
Yeah.
then the ones that elevate, we want to tear down and be like, oh, he sold us out. Like, he ain't for the black community. Listen. We all can sit here with millions of dollars. Why am I going to go help my community when they're doing the opposite of what I'm trying to help? I am wasting money. No, you try. But I'm saying if you try and they're wasting money, at what point, as a smart business person would say, at what point, like, all right, then you can't help because they're in this way. They want to be in this way, right?
Yeah.
So it's like even like the Marshawn's, him from being from Oakland, he's giving back.
Yeah, for
He's trying to help, but the image that's set is not helping, right? So it's just like we can end it on we're gonna end it, but and I'm gonna ask you guys, give us things that can help this black culture for us. This is my thing that help us,
Yeah.
and it's not against nobody that's black, right? It's just that we speaking in reality. Take your feelings and your emotion out of it, right? Because we all black, we've all seen it, right? We understand we have a spotlight on us as black people. We understand that comes with it in jobs and everything you do in life. You being black is a spotlight, right? They watch us on TV as athletes, yes. They're entertained. It's entertainment. So these other coaches watch us on TV. Oh, he's a great athlete. But you have to understand, after us being a great athlete, entertaining, what do they think, right? So for us black people, how do we help? You say kids are the future. Your kids shouldn't be on Instagram at a young age. It's just not what they should be on.
Yeah.
Your kids should be reading books. Your kids should be expanding their brain capacity. They should be reading, doing different things, learning different languages, coming home doing homework. They shouldn't be on TikTok doing trend dances. That doesn't help them in school. That doesn't help them in life. That doesn't help them in anything. It's just fun in the moment, right? Kids should have discipline and structure. And this is the biggest thing I want to say. And this is for every parent, mostly women. Your kid is not your friend. Your kid is not your friend. When you raise your kid up to be your friend, they become rude, disrespectful. As a parent, there's a difference. Your friend is, you got girlfriends, you got all this friends. Your kid is not your friend. Your objective, your goal, and what you're supposed to do is raise your kid up as that parent. It's not supposed to be your friend. You don't talk to him as your friend. You talk to him as a child. You raise them up so when they get a certain age, when they go out into the world, they can blossom. They can know, like, I stand on these principles because my parents taught me this. But when you treat your kid as your friend, you're going to run into problems. In our community, we treat our kids as our friends. They're not your friend. They're your child. So treat them as a child. Right?
Yep.
They're not. So then they get 16, they talking to you crazy. You know why? Because at 13 and 14, you just shut it down. You let them roll your eyes at you. You let them snap their neck. You let them say, girl, please. You let them talk to you as your friend. So when now they 17, 18, they disrespectful, you like, I'm going to give God the will. Let me tell you this, God ain't going to take the will. Because God strictly told you how to raise your child in the Bible. So when you like, oh, I'm going to just pray and God go take the will, he ain't taking the will. Because he gave you certain guidelines and rules how to raise your child. You spare the rod, right? Right? It's in the Bible. So when you're not doing these things and your child act a fool, don't go looking for God for help. Because he gave you the rules. You decided to go your own route.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want their kids to be their friend. Man, raise your kids. They're going to love you regardless. But your job is to, when they get old enough to go outside in the real world and live their life, they can stand on things you taught them. But if you wanted to be nice and be your friend and hear what they had to say and have their opinion, they living under your roof. How the hell they got an opinion? How the hell they got an opinion what they gonna do? Oh, she didn't want to play this or he didn't want to do this. What the hell? Why you living under my roof? You gonna go to school. Why you living under my roof? You gonna play this sport. You don't have to like it. It's not for you. Your brain capacity ain't up to the level for you to make a decision. That's why I'm the parent. I'm gonna make the decision. When you old enough, then you make your own decisions. But right here, so that's just what I'm saying, man. Just like we have to take a step back and look at it, man. All these coaches is beating us in every aspect, right? Yes, we're gifted, talented wise in sports and singing and other things like this. But our kids in the school districts are lacking reading and writing skills. And that is not because the teachers aren't teaching them. It's because at home we're not doing anything with them. We give them the tablet and the phone and say, go sit in your room and do this. And we wanted to say we're raising our kids. You are not. There should be a period of time where your kid read, your kid have chores, your kid have structure, your kid fold their clothes, your kid do things so you're not babying them, because when you baby them, they live with you until they 30, 31, 32, because that's all they know. So I'm gonna leave you with that. And if you want to take it the wrong way, take it the wrong way. I'm just speaking on our culture. We have to be better in aspects of life and stop blaming white people. That's what we like to blame. Stop blaming other races. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming each other. Look in the mirror, man. Take accountability. Blame ourselves. We have to do things better.
For me, I feel like one, examine yourself. Like to in order to be better, you have to understand yourself, understand your emotions, understand how you think, understand the way you act when you feel a certain emotion. You have to examine yourself first to know that it's us. Like, it's not everyone else, like Josh was saying. Like, it's us. So, one, examine yourself. Two, you have to be very intentional about everything. Like, your thought process needs to be intentional. The people you hang with or connect with or choose to meet needs to be intentional. And then three is, after being intentional with someone, you have to be able to influence someone in a way that will allow them to change their behaviors. You get what I'm saying? So, like, because at the end of it starts with us. Like, if we want to be better as a culture, we have to actually be the example for someone to see it and then influence them so that they can now do it and be like, dang, I used to be this way. I used to be X, Y, and Z. But, like, I see how this person has changed. I see the things that this person has said. Like, man, like, that's big, We need to influence others so that they can be impacted, in their life, to be able to change for the greater.
Yeah, and I'm gonna feed off a little bit of that, bro. I feel like it definitely starts in the home, like we all said, and it definitely starts with being a person that somebody else could look up to, or being an example. Even starting off with your own kids in the house, like, you'll be that much of an example to your kids, where he's an example to his friends, and now his friends are an example to the other friends in the group. So I feel like having intent on your actions and your thought process is a major key, bro, because it could just spark that one little thing in somebody else to be like, okay, yeah, I see how you moving, and I'm with that movement. You know what I mean? So, and just your mannerisms and your respect factor in the household, not only like even to the way you talk to your lady in front of your kids, it starts there too. So they have understanding, like, oh, okay, that's how a man is supposed to act, or even with the ladies, that's how a woman is supposed to act. So
Even when you talk to your lady in private, right? So when we talk about integrity, when we talk about honesty, that's like doing the right thing no matter what. Like, in private, like, some people do things for show. Some people do things, and we're closing right now too, but some people do things for the reaction or for the reward. But, like, what really counts and what really matters is what you do when no one else is around.
yeah, bro, for real.
When no one else is around. Like, if you can be with your children and be like, okay, I ain't gonna disrespect the kids, when my lady and I argue. But then, like, why you gonna disrespect your lady when it's just you and her arguing? You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, for us as men, that's a part of the example. Remember, I told you guys, like, I just finished this book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0, and it's transforming my mind. Like, it's not has fully controlled because I'm working on it still, but it's transforming my mind to where it's like, because I'm aware of social awareness and social management, I understand that regardless, that this person's feelings was hurt, and it was expressed to me that it was hurt. So I say, listen, I'm so sorry that I made you feel that way. Alone in private. 'Cause I want to do what's right.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, man. So definitely, man, hopefully you take something from this. Like I said, we're not bashing our culture, our community, our people. We're just saying simply like we have the potential to do better and do great things, but we have to like be able to work with each other. You know what I'm saying? You see people out there, you know, outside, say what's up. Smile to us, you know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, it's nothing wrong with that, man. But we are out, man. This is Base Podcast. Y'all tune in, baby. We are out.
Peace out, man.